Hi everyone, welcome to MaryAnne's Mystic Mansions. I'm MaryAnne and welcome to my Sun Sign Love series. And always thank you so much for returning viewers, for your support, your likes, your subscriptions, and just your comments. It's really lifting my spirits. I love you and appreciate you so much. And new people, I greatly appreciate you. Stick around and watch what I have to share with you about your sun sign, if this is obviously what you're clicking on. Today, and this week I should say, I have already gone around the astrology wheel here twice. First at the beginning of the month, and I've been more streamlined. I start with Aries, I end up with Pisces in a line and an order, but that second, the connection, is the random. And then, so I've done that twice, and now for the remainder of this week, we're on July 29th today, 2020. Whew, we've got a few more days and it's August. I'm going to be doing specifically two sun signs of the same sun sign because it's a very common occurrence, and it only happened once in the 2 months I've started the series. So I thought, let's dedicate the rest of the week to that. There's plenty of people out there that have this circumstance, and it's fun. So I'll talk a little bit about each particular sun sign, and then I'll read your tarot and your oracle messages and guidances that need to come through for you for today, or whenever you watch it, because the energies flow and they move and they can last an indefinite amount of time. But let me just pick the two sun signs for today. You know what? We're on Gemini. That's very good. That's cool. And it's interesting. Yesterday I landed on Cancer, but it was right at the cusp, and I was like, oh, I think I'll go with Cancer, and I did. And then I had somebody request and say, I wish you'd have read the Gemini Cancer, and I will because of that. I appreciate you, and I'm going to do that. Whenever you have a request for a specific connection, I will definitely include that next month instead of random, because that's what I'm here for. So let's talk about the sun sign of Gemini. Gemini is a air quality element, and there are three air elements, and that is Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. All very similar in the one specific way, and that is that they are very much people who think and live through their thoughts, their ability to communicate, to connect with people in ways that are, if not through speaking, it's through learning and teaching, and also writing. They can be very prolific. And of all the three air signs, although all of them have that great capacity, I think Gemini takes the cake, because Geminis are ruled by the planet Mercury. And Mercury is all about communication. It's all about commerce. It's all about discussions and connecting in a way that people are going to understand, and like I said, teaching it, professing it. They want to put their information onto you. They want to help you with it. Obviously, that's their whole goal. They're absolutely very loving, changeable, being the symbol of the twins. I had a sister, unfortunately, she passed last year, and a brother who is a Gemini. I've had a lot of Geminis. I am an air sign. I tend to always gravitate, and I think you'll find that to be true, Gemini, that you are very much, you trine, as they say, or you have that compatibility with your sister or brother air signs. And so, yeah, this feeling of just adaptability. You're a mutable sign, so the two of you very capable of changing and getting along and just acclimating very easily to any circumstance. And you love the changeability, you love the adventure, in fact, you get bored rather easily. You have a little shorter attention span. I've met so many and had friends that were Geminis, and I can see when I'm talking to them that if I'm not speaking maybe quick enough or on a topic that's necessarily interesting, you could just see their eyes kind of glazing over into the next thought, right? They are quick, boy. They're witty, they're fun, they're super energetic. Sometimes their energy is just like, wow. Just like that, what is that ever-ready bunny that just kept going and going? It's like, I suppose there's definitely the Geminis that I'm speaking of, though, that could be the opposite, because there's that duality. And I have known some that are more calm and quiet. That's true. But for the most part, even if you're not necessarily picking up on it, which I tend to do, it's in them, and there's that tireless energy to want to just continue to learn, continue to move and change. And they, like I said, they bore easy. So they're fun. They are fun. There's never a boring time with Geminis. And you find that in each other. You will talk yourselves crazy, with new thoughts and information. And that really is, like I like to say, foreplay for Geminis. It is absolutely essential that you have a partner that you can really get into a good debate about it, just like have all sorts of topics and things that you can continually learn and study and grow. I think you would make amazing partners and connections with any kind of job because you're going to be similarly thinking. And I think that you both want to be fair in any of the things that you do. I know that you want to, like I said, have fun. You're about levity and you want to make light of situations. But you do seek truth. You do seek, absolute fairness and equality, which is also very, very true with the Libra and Aquarius. So yeah, it's definitely part of their underlying true nature. And one of the things you'll notice about their personalities, as far as I said, the sun sign, minding you that is just a 12th of your personality. You could have many other planets in your chart of 12 total, right? From the moment you're born. So, what else can I say? You are masculine, duality. So, you have the ability to see the masculine way of things, and we all have that yin and yang inside of us. I think it's this desire to just really move and be active kind of keeps you on that masculine side where your strength and your stamina continues. I don't know. There's a lot of beautiful things I can say about Geminis because I've been around them for so long, but I think the main thing we'll just say is that you are analytical, very intelligent, very capable of communication, writing. You're very, I would say, creative on all levels, interested in new things, keeping things alive, sharing that, wanting to express yourself to others and feeling bold and confident about doing so. Being the life of the party. Absolutely. And so the two of you together, I think, can really, as long as you accept that changeability in yourselves, maybe you feel this way and that, as long as that's working together, obviously, it's gonna be a very, really fun relationship. And I want to say this just came to mind and my spirit said, say it. If anybody would understand you, Gemini, it's going to be another Gemini. Straight up. I think everybody wants to understand you. I think you can be a little bit detached when it comes to people really getting into you on a personal level, unless you choose to open yourself up. But when it comes to love, you're in it to win it. You are not just going to fool around. And until you find that, you're not going to waste your time either. But when you are in love, you are in it and you are devoted and you are incredibly caring and kind and just a beautiful, airy kind of breath, fresh air kind of situation going on. So I'm really hoping that this has been something that you've, if not already been in for a long time, relationship-wise, you're going to be recognizing just the fun attributes. And who doesn't want to have fun in a relationship? I would say friends is really a basis of it too. I think you start as friends and it just keeps growing and growing. You make great friends. So yeah, let us talk about now your actual reading, which will be started with the Tarot. And I'm reading from the Cat Tarot by illustrations by Megan Cott. And I mentioned in my last couple of videos, we are in Leo season. We are in the cat season. That's a fiery season right now. I cannot believe for a moment that you Geminis or anybody in this world has not noticed that change from the very emotional season and eclipse that happened in Cancer just before. as well as the retrograde in Cancer that affects everybody and kind of stifles us in ways of communication, which I think would have affected you, without meaning to. Maybe between the two of you, that's stopped the the eclipse, the new moon eclipse that happened in Cancer. That would be absolutely about our relationships, our love, our passions, our emotions, things that make us happy. And you want to be happy. I would say you're very optimistic on the most part, Gemini. You don't want to be held back by negativity or anything that's going to, seem too confining or anything of that nature. You're too quick moving to let that sort of thing happen. But that was a lot. It was a lot for a lot of us. And now Leo is in there, and you do extremely well with fire. Fire and air do extremely well. You've got the bellows, and it brings that passion into your relationship. And there's definitely passion with Geminis because you like to explore and you like to try things new, and who doesn't like that as well? You've also got Gemini that moved forward in Venus, so it's still in your sign. It's predominant. It's about love. It's about money. It's about working things through in your relationships. We have, what do we have? We have Mars that moved into Aries. Once again, that fiery energy you're starting to feel. And if you were having to hold back, or you couldn't go to work, or you weren't receiving things that you wanted to, and there's with the retrograde seasons that we were all experiencing, it's moving forward, and it's already started in my life. I'm sure it's happening in yours, and it's going to continue to do so. Starting in August, it's a game changer, but a good one. And I know we all can take a deep breath and say, okay, here we go. And so I'm going to read under 4 major categories for you and express to you what's being, messages coming through. Beautiful, colorful, right off the bat. Like I said, no doubt in my mind that the readings have been predominantly incredibly. It's so funny. This came out too, so I've got to put it in there. I'm going to put it right between the two. Okay, that's absolutely beautiful. And then the foundation. Leading up to this moment, the catalyst for today, like I said, the 29th. 29 is 11, that's a 2. That's all about partnership on all levels. And what do you have? It's all of these are so bright. And I've been reading from this deck for a while, but this is the first time that it has such this incredible vibrance to it. And I absolutely love feeling that, but I love sharing that with you. You have the 8 of Swords. Ooh, baby. Okay. That's okay. 8 of Swords is all about, what am I thinking? Swords are the air element. We're all in your thoughts, right? Air is constantly in their thoughts. They're thinking, what have I been concerned about? What has been worrying me on any level? On my relationship, my money? Am I losing sleep? Am I thinking thoughts that I don't need to be thinking? Because the 8 represents the ability to change that. It's really in our mind. It's self-inflicted, okay? That's going to be part of the past as we enter into the 8th month. So I really like that. And you've got the claws and this beautiful little cat being like, I can be free, when you really think about it. It's a mindset that I can change. And that's the emphasis of the 8 of Swords. If you see it in the more traditional decks, they've got a woman with a blindfold on. She's within 8 swords, but they're all spaced in such a way she can get through them. She's not actually confined at all. And that's the emphasis that has been very much need to be said to everybody, but particularly you, Gemini, and your need to have that freedom to communicate and to understand others and what's really going on, because you're going to go in a loop until you feel like you do. Well, I've got good news for you, because that's all changed since actually the new moon in Cancer, which was on the 20th of July, and then of course just the beautiful new energy from Leo that started on the 22nd. So then you've got the first card, which is under the category of overall energy for today and moving forward into August. 10 of Cups. Look at this brilliant color. I honestly don't remember a couple of these coming out. 10 of Cups, it's everything. It's exactly what you've been wanting. It's what you've been waiting for. It's fulfilling your cups. It is absolutely an element of water. It is about our emotions again, and we had a ton of those going on. But it's that happy, we've reached it kind of energy, you know? We've worked and had disappointments in the last few months. Who hasn't? We have discussed things until we can't discuss them anymore, especially being two Geminis. We've listened to things we really didn't necessarily want to, but we were looking for information that was informative and, you know, truthful to the best of our knowledge. And now it's like, yep, it's led to this. Because we knew changes were imminent. We knew transformation was like none other in our lifetimes to this point. And look at what's become of that. Look at what you two have created, because we all create it for ourselves. It's there to be had. Energies will always be coming and going. Do we accept them and bring them in and manifest them to the best of our ability? That's the question. Apparently you two have. So I absolutely love this. It's, like I said, vibrant and colorful, as are you, Geminis. And then the next one is under the category of possible blessings or obstacles. I'm sorry, I'm looking and I'm just, well, first of all, it's a 9. And I want to say, I'm going to double check it for you though, because it could be a couple of them, but I don't want to missay it. I know it's a positive because I'm understanding it in my mind to be something, but it can only be a couple of them as far as I know. So bear with me a moment as I go through, because it's the 9 of Wands. Okay, so the 9 of Wands is, oh my gosh, it's the completion. Now that's the thing that a lot of people don't necessarily understand. When you've had incredible desire and motivation, which is what Wands are, they're fire. We're in fire season. Like I said, we've got the Aries prominent energy fighting for all of us right now, literally fighting. I mean, you see that out in real time. It's about our desires and taking action on them and not just sitting on our laurels, right? Hugely prominent. It's about maybe being overworked. You know, there's plenty of people who've been working extremely hard during this time. I have not been able to, but it's so different for each circumstance. So this is telling me that you've had more than enough responsibilities, probably too much, and that's the end of that cycle. The 9 ends is the completion. The next number is 10, and that begins the new cycle. It's, 10 plus 0, but you take away the 0. And there you are. The obstacles would have been overworking yourself, taking on too much, maybe, once again, thinking too much too, which was representative in your foundation. But yeah, that's ending. You've got the 10 of Cups, right? That's very, very positive energy for fulfilling the things that you want to now after a long time. Now, the next category is definitely the category of love. So I love it because I pulled up the second one. So the first one is going to be the major arcana, death. Now, and when I was first reading a long time ago, I used to just do my own readings for myself, and then it evolved to, friends, neighbors, and community and such. Death used to frighten me. But it was interesting because when I really got into this was when I had a divorce, and it was about the change, the transformation. It didn't mean I was dying, but a part of me certainly was. So something in your relationship has ended. It's changed. Your thoughts are changing about it. It's for the better. It's always a positive. A phoenix rising from the dead. We're getting away and leaving behind the things that have caused us issues, concerns, over stresses. We don't want that anymore. We don't need to affect our love in that way, but we need to look at things and feel that gratitude for what we have, what we've hung on to, what we've come through. And it's absolutely beautiful. Interestingly enough, it also represents Scorpio, the sign of transformation. The change, but for the better. And the reason I emphasize the better is because I am an optimist, but also because the second card that came out was the major arcana, the Lovers. And I don't really need to say more, though I will. It's all about the proper selection. And clearly in this relationship, it is, or in this instance, it's about the relationship. It's under the love category. It's just so evident to you. It's the changing of the questioning and the burdensome back and forth. Is it right? Is it not? Gemini might be like that. You know, you might go back and forth a lot. You're not necessarily one to just stop everything and commit yourself, okay? It's got to be real. It's got to be true. It has to have good communication, like I said. It's going to be a key component. And you're going to go through things until you find that, and you have. And this is obviously, when it comes to love, about your selection and the proper selection in lovers. It doesn't have to much more be said, but it also has to do with your selection about your self-love and how you have evolved in this part of your life. And I don't know how that came about, but it doesn't matter what age you are. You can be on that path of just knowing and transforming yourself to that better feeling, happy manifester that you are. And you're just feeling the love, boy. You're feeling the love. You've reached it. You've desired it. You've earned it. You know, and let's face it, any relationship takes some time, right? And then you've got outside things that interfere at times. So it's beautiful. You're beautiful. Keep it going. Glad I pulled that second one for you, because death is fine too. I always feel like it's reaching another level of a relationship, because you're removing the parts that, you know, okay, we went through that. That's done. I'm stronger for it. I love it. And then the next category is in the category of money or finances. You have the Ace of Cups. I don't think readings get much better than they have been. And I understand that from internally, as I expressed to you, that's where we're going, you know, and it's still slow, still revealing things every day, still recognizing our need to be safe. Money's good, boy. This is opportunity. This is opportunity through your relationship and the emotional fulfillment that creates money and beautiful things, because when we feel good, it just comes to us. This is a gift being offered to you, maybe a promotion, new job, new anything, because aces are the beginning, you know, there's the new cycle, like I said, because you're ending this burdensome cycle, which has affected everyone, I'm sure, but specifically you, and during your reading, into the epitome of just, we're here, we've arrived. Money's good. And if you're, for any reason, you're thinking, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, MaryAnne, I actually am not doing well with money, mark my words and wait and see. I too am experiencing a delay still, but I've gotten the little breadcrumbs and the little bits of information. And that's really all that's needed right now. It is coming forth, and you'll be drinking from the fountain of pure water, starting it fresh, as the kitten is here. I love these cards. It couldn't get much better, you know, newness, new money, fulfillment, you know, and security. So then we move on to your, one of my favorites, which is money and the law of attraction. Once again, it's all about our energy. Money is energy. How are we thinking about it? What are we doing? And being a Gemini, what are we bringing in, or what are we pushing away, right? And really focusing on that, which you're so capable of doing, and creating that life financially that you want. Looks like you're doing pretty doggone good. And there's always power in numbers, so the two of you together can do anything. And I mean that sincerely. There's a versatility and a capability between, you know, with you two that it's unstoppable. So let me just pull this, and then I'll read to you what it says. And then I'm going to pull from the Super Attractor Manifestation deck, which is, once again, what are we bringing? What are we feeling into our existence? Feeling is so much of the key. Yeah, we have to visualize it. We have to, well, we think it, we visualize it, we dream it, but we have to feel it. It's so powerful, and it happens, and it's happened to me. It'll happen to everybody. That just try small things. as samples, if you haven't done it. We're doing it all the time without knowing it. Let's make sure we're in charge of that. We got that power, boy. We are incredible. This is the Healing with the Angels deck by Doreen Virtue. And, I pull them every day for that guidance from our angelic realm. Our help, who knows? It could be people of your past that are helping you, and still the entities there for you to guide you. And so, starting with the Money and the Law of Attraction by Esther and Abraham Hicks. Phenomenal, unbelievable entities of just powerful influence and guidance and encouragement and help, right? And you have 17. That's 17. That's an 8. 8 is the most powerful manifestation number there is, and it is happening for you. It's clearly happening. It's starting, and of course, we're going into an 8-month. I don't know. I read about Geminis, by the way, as well, and for some reason, I'm not just saying this to say this. This is the year for you specifically, where you're going to be getting just these drops of money. It's just like you're going to come in from nowhere. Now you have to be careful because there'll be intervals that it's not happening. Otherwise, though, it's just going to be boom, boom, these things coming out of nowhere. Maybe, like I said, raises or things. It's just, this is the year for Gemini. I would just recommend that you just think very carefully and you do what you need to do, strategize and plan and set aside for times like this. But you're not going to necessarily be hurting in the financial, even if it seems that way at times. It's going to even out and you'll be ahead of the game this year. The law of attraction adds power to both problems and solutions, because every problem has a solution. That's my motto. The realization that something is not as you want it to be is an important first step. But once you have identified that, the faster you're able to turn your attention in the direction of a solution, the better, because a continuing exploration of the problem will prevent you from finding the solution. And that makes sense, right? It's that energy towards something we don't really want, as opposed to, this is where I'm going. The problem is a different vibrational frequency from the solution. And all thoughts or vibrations are affected by or managed by the law of attraction. Oh, I literally get goosebumps. We are so powerful and you are so powerful. So, take that as you will. It's simply meant to be a gift of love to you and, like I said, guidance. And then the next is the super attractor manifestation message. The more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver. That's going back to the attitude of gratitude. I am emotional. I am. I've had situations happening in the last couple of days I'm not going to go into, but they stir you up a little bit, right? And then they turn around and they're just the most beautiful gifts. And that's what's going on, and that's what I choose to believe. And I will continue to believe that. And I'll get through the times that are just, mind-boggling to me at times. It's just like, where did that come from? Stick with this vibration, see what happens. Because things are beautiful right now. And ever-changing, right? Last but not least, like I said, the Healing with the Angels, you have spiritual growth. Yeah, you definitely understand what that means. You do, like, you learn and you study and you're interested in all types of things, and you get this whole thing that we're discussing today as far as your energy, your abilities, your intuition, your guidance. You get all of that. And this has been, it's been a huge spiritual growth time for you. And I find that spiritual growth is a blessing because we want to continue to grow, yes? And I know you do. You're bored to death if you're not. Well, you're doing that, and you're doing it with great acceptance and vibrancy, and it's showing. The reading is phenomenal. I'm super happy for the two of you. I find that I'm excited thinking about Gemini combo. It's really amazing. And thank you again for stopping in. And if you did like it, do please subscribe, like, comment, share as I grow and evolve in this channel. And I would love to see you again next month. If you have a specific combination or connection you'd like to share with a friend or you would like me to read, I would be more than happy to do so. Just let me know. In the meantime, please take good care of yourself. You've got beautiful energy, love, all the good stuff that's there for us, just waiting to be embraced, right? So until next time, thank you. Bye for now.